individuals out. Clearly, she does. Right now, let's look into that Sim Nation. Let's actually somebody within Sim Nation, either it's gonna be myself or somebody else. Let's actually figure out what did she do. Did she write a whole bunch of bills in California like Gavin Newsom is doing now? What did she do to actually get that $1 billion back? Until I get those answers, let's keep moving forward, guys.
She got $1 billion back for what now? Pharmaceuticals?
Yeah, that's what she said. Yep. And no, electronic companies and companies that was overtaxing people on different products and services. Okay, let's keep going.
So believe me, as president, I will go after the bad actors. And I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food.
All right, so federal ban on price gouging on food. Federal ban price gouging on food. Again, I'm in support of that. You can turn the air up too, babe, if you want to. All right. Let me make sure I write this down. Federal ban on,
Fact checking.
Yeah, price gouging food. And I'm writing those down so I can come back to it later so I can actually list it. I'll put number 3 right here. So turn that fan off real quick. That way you can hear this and they can hear you. I'm about to turn the mic up. That way you can hear Kamala as well. I'll move these out the way for you.
Okay, it says after a handful of $1 billion plus settlements with drug makers, California won $46 million from GlaxoSmithKline for illegal marketing and drug pricing, $89 million from Johnson & Johnson and Janssen Pharma over unlawful marketing practices, and $23.6 million from McKesson for inflated drug prices.
So are we saying that she actually was the one who actually got the money for those people?
Yeah, that's what she did as Attorney General in California.
Okay then.
Okay.
That's that.
Well, there it goes, Logic. She actually got that done.
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank you, Wayne.
It also says that
go ahead.
It says Harris played a pivotal role in the Biden administration passing the Inflation Reduction Act by casting the tie-breaking vote for the law in the Senate.
What exactly did that law do?
Let's see. Medicare drug pricing negotiations.
So she has experience doing this. That's what it sounds like.
We're fighting against.
Yep. It says.
Breakfast, and you tell me I can't eat fries.
It's not breakfast. This is lunchtime. It is 12:41. It is lunch.
Now I'm on some fries. God damn it.
Said it doesn't. So they got 10 drugs that are in negotiations with the government and the drug makers for Medicare. And despite the disdain from the pharma companies, it don't show any signs of slowing down the challenges for other drugs as well.
Okay, Queen, put that link in the chat in case anybody want to watch it and read over it for me.
I mean, yeah, remember that drug person who
Martin Shkreli.
that raised the price on the insulin. It went up to like what, $100 a vial.
They charged that nigga like 5 years in jail.
Yeah, that was criminal. Like people were literally gonna die because they couldn't afford that medication.
It was them insulin shots.
It was them insulin shots, and then some people was usually going to pay like what, 40 or 50
And
bucks.
some people had to pay hundreds. We talked about that with Jalen.
Yeah.
Remember, Jalen said she had to pay more money for hers.
Yeah, like that's crazy. No, these prescription companies, and then that same drug was made over in another country, and they
Cheap as hell.
Cheap as hell. They was able to sell it for cheap as hell, and it was replicated by some students. Unless I'm thinking of another drug, whatever. But I remember that drug that was replicated by some students over in another country, and over in that country they're selling it for like $10. But
yeah, they put Martin Shkreli in jail for that shit. Let's go back to Kamala Harris.
Plan will include new penalties for opportunistic companies that exploit crises and break the rules. And we will support smaller food businesses that are trying to play by the rules and get ahead. We will help the food industry become more competitive because I believe competition is the lifeblood of our economy. More competition means lower prices for you and your families.
That is correct.
I agree. No monopoly. If you buy up everything, you can raise the prices of everything because I have no choice but to buy it. But if I have 3 people owning housing companies, now y'all have to compete.
Correct.
But if one person owns all the housing companies, they can raise the price to whatever they want to play with.
Or if they own all the oranges or all the fucking, beef farms and all the rest of the shit, and they gonna control the price of meat, control the price of eggs, control the price of fucking milk, control the price of all the food that we really need for our children and for ourselves. Goddamn it, I eat this is my normal breakfast: bacon, eggs, and pancakes or waffles every day. That's what I like eating for breakfast. Early as fuck. It lasts me throughout my day. I don't have to eat lunch. And that's why I enjoy doing it. The price of bacon is ridiculous.
It is.
The price between bacon and Red Bull, I can spend at least 100, 150 alone.
Red Bull is literally like 45 plus tax, like $49 fucking dollars for a pack. When we went to Sam's that day.
Yeah.
Remember, we was like, what the hell? Like, what?
Yeah, Red Bull is at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
It should keep make no sense. Let's keep going, y'all.
Now compare what Donald Trump plans to do. He wants to impose what is, in effect, a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities that we import from other countries. That will devastate Americans. It will mean higher prices on just about every one of your daily needs. A Trump tax on gas, a Trump tax on food, a Trump tax on clothing, a Trump tax on over-the-counter medication. And economists have done the math. Donald Trump's plan would cost a typical family $3,900 a year. At this moment, when everyday prices are too high, he will make them even higher. As president, I'll take on the issue of the cost of health care. As Attorney General, I took on insurance companies and Big Pharma and got them to lower their prices. And together with President Biden, we've gone even further. We capped the price of insulin at $35 a month, and the total cost of prescription drugs at $2,000 a year for seniors.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. A lot of seniors are trying to figure out if they're going to pay rent or mortgage or groceries versus their medication.
Yeah, I remember having that conversation with Jalen. Jalen, I'm not bringing up your name to try to shit on you or anything like that. I'm just bringing it up just to have a conversation truthfully about the last person I remember having this conversation with, and it was Jalen. I remember I was at her apartment. I saw her little shots, little insulin shots, where that shit is, a little what's that shit called? Them expensive ass shots. I can't think of the name of them right now. The thing is like an EpiPen.
Yeah.
That is called. She had like 4 or 5 of them bitches. But you know, Jalen make a lot of money, right? Well, let's not sit up here and even play ourselves and say that Jalen's a broke bitch, because she's not, right? Jalen made a lot of money, so she was able to afford it. However, even Jalen, she was like, no, this shit is too much.
Yeah.
This is it's too much. So I can only imagine if somebody as economically sound as her feel like, oh yeah, this is too much. I can only imagine what the average motherfuckers out here saying. Like, do we even have any EpiPens in the house? No. It's not because you can't afford them, because obviously I know you can. But do you really want to afford it at its current price?
No.
You want to pay $400 or $500 per vial? No. You about to do what?
Give the shrimp to me.
Okay, the shrimp. I said I want them fries myself. God damn it. Let's keep going.
We let Medicare negotiate lower drug prices for seniors. And just yesterday, we announced that we are lowering the price by up to 80% for 10 more life-saving drugs.
That's good too. I think that's a great idea. They actually, Kamala Harris is actually showing people that she can lower the price of drugs no matter what drug it is. She said she lowered the drug 80% of 10 life-saving drugs. What's the problem?
Yeah, that's great.
I'm here for that. Logic, I see no reason right now why you wouldn't support her. And we did drop the link in the chat. I did make sure Sunkiss have her wrench on both channels. That way she can use the motherfucking moderator wrench and drop the links. But so far, Kamala has talked about rebuilding the middle class by raising wages, lowering the cost of living, and now it seems like the third one is the federal ban on price gouging on food and medicine. Right? I'm here for that. Let's keep going.
And I pledge to continue this progress. I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone with your support, not only our seniors. And demand transparency from the middlemen who operate between Big Pharma and the insurance companies who use opaque practices to raise your drug prices and profit off your need for medicine. 2 months.
Insulin, that's the old nigga thing, right? That's if you need sugar and shit, right?
Yeah, it's when your body can't make sugar and you have to take your insulin to help break down like sugar, protein, and stuff like in your body.
So like if I had like
There's
high blood sugar in my family, I'll take insulin.
There's 2 types. There's type 1 and type 2. Type 1, I believe you're born. Correct me if I'm not wrong, quick. One of them you're born with it, and another one that can be developed over time if you're not taking care of your body. Like diabetes, where you need insulin for both.
All right, Nate said it's for type 2 diabetes.
Okay, there you go.
But that means that your body don't have sugar in it. That's what diabetes is, right?
Yeah, well, it doesn't have sugar, and it helps
your body is
down.
done.
Yes, because like with some students, they may not have to take insulin shots, but sugars may be low, so they may eat some M&Ms to bring their sugar levels up.
Right.
But then some people require, like maybe they got
the actual insulin shot, right? Yeah.
And then some people bodies, they got the other one where you're born with it, like type 1, where your body can't break it down. So you have to, like my friend, her son was born not being able to, his body to break down sugar. He actually has an insulin pump. He was forever having to carry it around the rest of his life. But he was born like that. So that's why I said there's type 1.
Yeah, Nate into this one.
That's type A and type 2. Yeah.
See, that's what got me confused. I'm gonna let Nate come in, but that's what get me confused. Is like, is this a policy that's going to be for young people? Do you care about the insulin shit? Because I'm sitting here listening, and I don't really give a fuck.
I care.
No, I'm like, no,
I
you care
mean,
because your
if you
child,
don't got
your child
diabetes,
might
you probably wouldn't care. But diabetes is a
very
illness
prominent.
that is very rampant in the Black community.
Unity,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. I'm like, because
Mhm.
I'm a type 2 diabetic, but I don't need the insulin. I take the actual metformin
I make it
pill,
better.
the metformin pill. So for a type 2 diabetic, usually your body is not able to regulate, the pancreas itself is not usually able to regulate sugar. So that's what the insulin helps with. But me personally, I just take the medicine, which is the metformin. I'm not high enough. My body still is able to regulate my sugar on its own, but I still have the pill to assist with it. So
Right.
um like I'm not necessary. It's according to what your A1C is that determines if you need the insulin itself. So you could be a
So it's
type
not
2.
really based on age. It's based on your
No,
sugar in your body.
Yeah, anybody
no.
can
It's
be
not
type 1 or
anybody
type 2. Like
type
I
two.
said, my
Like
friend's
type
son,
one,
he's
you're born with it.
16. He's
Yeah.
had
Mhm.
he's had to have an insulin pump with him since he was birth. The kid's
Mhm.
cousin, their little cousin, their dad's nephew. He we found out he was just weak, wasn't eating, he was constantly getting
Right.
sick. Yeah, he was a
Mhm.
diabetic. Yeah,
My little
like
cousin is like
yeah,
that.
we
Yeah.
have diabetic kids in schools.
I ain't never. You gotta excuse me.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no shit like that. So I'm
We
Yeah.
lost.
have
If you
diabetic
ever
kids in
seen,
schools. It depends on like when as a teacher, when I get all my students, it comes with that medical alert. Like you have to
yeah,
click on it and read to see what your students have because you may have to send them. You need to be aware that she has an asthma pump and she's having an asthma attack and you don't know. You
So
need to be
this
aware
is
of that.
then this is
Yeah.
normally expensive.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
it's very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
That's why
bottle of my,
they
like
can't
even
afford
for
it.
a bottle of my metformin, it can cost up to $50 to $60 without the insurance that I have.
Mm-hmm.
$50 or
So,
$60.
mhm. Yep.
That's not that bad. I'm thinking y'all thinking it's like $1,000.
No,
No,
like
that's
bottles,
high
we don't know
for
how much a
for senior
person may use
citizens.
their insulin.
Yes.
You
I'm like
don't
it's
know
some.
that. Some people may
Yeah.
just shoot one time. Some people may need their insulin pump maybe every 2 hours or something. You don't know how much.
So it's not
Mhm.
like the drugs I get from the doctor when I go pick up like my ibuprofen, for example. It say take it once a day.
No, yeah, right. No,
No,
diabetes don't work like that. If
it
I
don't
have a
work like
kid
that.
that's
No.
diabetic, they can be getting low at any time. And if they're
Yeah.
tracking their one of my kids had a thing on their arm where they put it up to track it. If it's too low, they get weak, they get lightheaded, they can't really move. You feel like sluggish and sick because their insulin is low. They have to
Right.
go to the nurse or they have
Right.
a pump that pumps it themselves. Some children are on digital pumps to pump them their insulin. Yeah, that
Right.
shit can get very expensive.
It can get really ugly. And to see with my
Yeah.
pills, with the pills, I have
And
to take them twice a day. So mine is a
right.
thousand milligrams. So
But it
I
also
don't have.
may,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, it depends on the severity too of your
Yes.
your
Yes.
diabetes.
And
Yeah.
you can actually become. There's such things as the gestational diabetes where you're pregnant,
When doing
you become
pregnancy, yep.
diabetic.
Women can
I'm
become,
like,
yep.
I'm like so it's a lot that comes with the
Yeah. You
diabetes.
ain't never
Yeah.
heard of gestational diabetes? Yeah.
You never heard of
Women put
that?
it on when they're pregnant. It can be
Mm-hmm.
real dangerous for the mother and child.
And child. Mm-hmm.
Very dangerous. You're
Mm-hmm.
considered a high risk pregnancy.
Mm-hmm. Like I would be considered a high risk of pregnancy because I
Right.
am
They
diabetic.
probably would.
Because
Mm-hmm.
you take insulin?
I don't take the insulin. I'm not that severe. So I
Right.
just
So
take
it's
the
gonna be
pill.
severity.
I'm like, I just take the pill.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then y'all talking about they got insulin machines and shit. That's what she was talking
Yeah.
about. She
Yeah.
said they got
Yeah.
different devices they charging niggas for too.
Yeah. My
Yes.
friend, she
It's
does a really good
expensive.
job. Her son has a
So
device.
this not covered by Medicaid, Medicare.
No, she had to pay for that motherfucker. And I think she said that bitch was like $500, maybe even a little bit more.
And you certain it's not covered by Medicaid.
She ain't on Medicaid.
So how the fuck all these Mexican niggas that's running around this
She
bitch
ain't
with
on
high blood
Medicaid.
pressure
She
getting their
has 2
insulin?
jobs.
Like I'm dead ass serious. Like we getting over 35,000. They say immigrants damn near every week. What happened if they need insulin shots? How are they getting they shit?
Well, you know, when you go to the hospital, they have to give you the shot anyway. They can't just turn you
Oh, they
away.
can't turn you down from the
No,
shot. Oh, we
no,
Gucci
yeah,
then.
you just can't go. That you go to the hospital, they still have to treat you. Like, hey, whether you have insurance or not, the hospital still treats you. Like, yeah.
So the problem isn't the fact that people have access to it or not. The problem is how much they're being charged for it.
Yes.
If the hospital has to give you that insulin shot, they got to pay for that. They got to recoup their money somehow. And that's why they have to go sue you, pull you into small claims court. Like, yeah, it gets messy.
Nah,
like,
that's too much.
Yeah.
I wish a nigga would bring me to court about saving my life. You got me fucked up, nigga.
Yeah.
Do your job, nigga. You a doctor, nigga.
They did their job. They treated you. It's not the doctors that's upset. It's the hospital board that wants their money. It ain't the doctors.
But the hospital board got the same, in my mind, you got the same vows that the doctors have. Your job is to save me, nigga.
No, you don't. The board is different. They didn't take an oath. They're not doctors. A lot of them that sit on the board, you have a mix. You may have some doctors, you may have not doctors. You may have heads of departments that sit on those hospital boards, but they're
I'm
not
with Kamala
doctors.
then. These niggas need government oversight.
The hospital is still a business.
These niggas need, no, hospital shouldn't be a business. I
That's
disagree
the
with
point.
that too.
I agree with you. That's the point. Hospitals have something called a running head charge. I don't know if y'all ever watch Adam Roy and everything, but he be breaking stuff down. You go look at it. They have something where they have to. Queen is talking again.
Queen muted.
I was like, wait, sorry.
We're talking to somebody else. Go ahead.
Okay. They have like these lists of like how much it costs to run a hospital, how much like bowels or any equipment that they use, and once that cost, they associate that, figure out what that cost is. They also charge for you to use it. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets real dicey.
That's basically the same thing that happened when I told you. Remember I told you I got hit by that car when I was 13.
Yeah.
They took me to the hospital, but my mom didn't have insurance for me at the time. They still treated me, but they charged us like 45, like some grand because I had surgery on both my knees. I had to have all kind of drugs. They gave me a cast and shit. They gave me one of them little things that they like, you know, little crutches and shit. They gave me all that shit. But I mean, I don't know. It's been like 2 weeks in that bitch. So,
but the thing about it is, they charge you standard right of coming in not having no insurance. With insurance, you still getting charged, but you're not paying as much as like you got charged to hit with a flat rate as opposed to if you had insurance. It probably wouldn't have been as much as that. It still costs, but your mom would have to pay a copay, whether that been $2,500 or $3,000 or $5,000. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been what it was, but it wouldn't have been like $40,000 if that's what the total cost of your care without insurance was. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
and they would have been like a $15,000 or $20,000 saving with your insurance.
I feel like that shit should have been free. You feel
right?
me?
That's what I'm saying. Like, but again, in this country, we have healthcare here, right? We pay for it. Over in Europe, their government pays for healthcare. They just go to the hospital. They don't see a bill. They just treat their citizens. They cover the cost of their citizens.
That's why we need Kamala to go ahead and
they have
tidy up
universal healthcare
and fix the
like as well as in Canada.
It's not a
as well as in Canada.
Do. What are other countries?
That's why a lot of people go to
model out
Canada.
what they're doing. But no, that's not what our founding principles are.
You know, really, it just don't even. I ain't gonna say it don't matter, but when it comes to healthcare is a mess. I don't care what country you go to. Healthcare is a problem.
Hold on. Pause. I'm sorry, Queen. I get triggered when I see people stalking me. Queen, do you know Reese? Isn't she part of Bomb Cherry Crew?
She is.
Reese? Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Isn't she one of them girls that don't like me?
Yeah. So
Oh, I don't know if she don't like you or not.
No, she is. She is.
She don't like me. So why did you subscribe to my channel 17 hours ago, Reese?
Be nosy, as you.
Don't
want to be.
I'm not even going to even address this. I'm moving in good energy. I wish you well, my lady. Thank you for watching, child.
Yeah. But I would say this. As far as the Obama Care Act, that was their way of trying to get it as close to universal health care in America. They was trying.
And Kamala Harris was supportive of
she was the one
Obama.
That supported that big. Yeah. I was like, so that's the closest thing in which lowered a lot of Medicare costs or insurance costs for people and families.
I think so far she's doing very well with breaking down her economic plan. Can we all agree?
Yeah, I mean, she said she's gonna go more into detail about it, so that means she's probably gonna get the website, all this stuff to put these ideas out, these thoughts, and how she's gonna do it more in detail. Because we have to explain every policy, how she's gonna break it down. We would be here for hours.
Anybody got time for that?
Anybody got time?
Right, we'll read it. I'm actually gonna spend a day or maybe a week or something like that. Maybe like a part 1 through 10 of breaking down the project 2025. Maybe do 100 pages every week or something like that. Because I actually want to break that down. So, because Logic did have points. We should know what these bills are. We should, like, as Black people, we should know what they are. We should be able to talk to members of Congress or members of the House and say, yeah, we read the bill, not just we heard a summed up report on fucking CNN. Let's keep going.
Ago, I announced that medical debt will no longer be used against your credit score.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I'm gonna clap.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here for that
like,
one.
I'm definitely here
Yeah,
for that.
'cause
That's a
technically-
great. Yeah.
I'm like, because technically medical bills or medical any type of medical bill don't supposed to go on your credit. You don't really supposed to even pay for it if it's pulled up by collections. So that's I do agree with that. I like that.
I agree with that.
They don't supposed to put that on your credit at all.
No, I'm here for that too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when Kamala had, this is my first time understanding how much they be charging niggas. When Kamala had Junior in 2010, the hospital that we went to, they know it's called Providence in Southfield, Michigan.
In Southfield, yeah.
Correct. Providence fucking charged us like 18 grand. And like Kamala was there for like a night and a half. Clean pregnancy, but they charged us for epidural.
Yeah.
They charged us for all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
We ended up putting Kamala on her father's insurance because he was a paramedic, and most of it ended up getting paid, but we still ended up with like a $4,000 or like $5,000 bill after the insurance. I was looking like, God damn. That's what he left us to pay. But shout out to Kenneth, by the way. And he was a military soldier too. He was a veteran, so he helped us a lot. But at the end of the day, that shit was still expensive because I was 19, Camila was 17. We was teenagers. So having children, and that, I mean, now that I look back at it, I didn't even do everything that most parents do, like get other drugs, get epidural, get ibuprofen, get all kind of different shit that I could have got. We didn't do none of that shit because that shit was hyperly expensive. I definitely didn't want that shit in my credit because I take credit very, very, very seriously. High key. That's why we put that shit in her father's name. But anyway, shout out to her pops. Let's go.
And I will work as president with states like here in North Carolina, Roy Cooper, thank you again, to cancel medical debt for more and more, millions more Americans.
Ooh, you saying you're going to cancel medical debt? How you going to do that? Because to my wifey's point, what happens when these companies and hospitals come back and say, bitch, we need our money? Are you going to pay them with some kind of stipend, or are you just going to say, nope, y'all don't get paid nothing, thank you for your service? I'm not sure how that's going to be received in certain communities.
But I don't understand why wouldn't they not give hospitals
They money.
The only way that works is if they socialize healthcare. That's the only way that works. And if they socialize healthcare, people still gonna be upset because
people gonna be mad. I was about to say.
Yeah, they're still gonna be mad.
So it's really no real good answer as to how to fix healthcare, especially in America, because America is capitalistic. And when I was going to school, the major question for healthcare providers is an ethics question. Who deserves care? The people that can afford it or the people that need it?
Right.
How you answer that question? Because if I can afford to pay this person to do whatever I need them to do, then I should be able to have access to it. And if you need this service, is your life not valuable enough because you don't have the money? So that's it's a mess, and ain't no answer to the question.
No, but it is though. is as simple as, are you for the people or are you for money? Right? Because last time I checked, you work for the people.
But let's say some of the treatments that we have requires some of these machines. Some of these machines are hundreds of thousands of dollars. And somebody got to pay for that because the company that gave or sent the machine to the hospital, they want their money.
And
So
they'll have it.
if you're not going to pay it, then who's going to pay it? Because that's expensive.
Taxpayers.
That's
If
socialized healthcare.
taxpayers paying for prisons, we can pay for motherfucking doctors too. God damn it.
So then that's there you go with the socialized healthcare thing. And you're gonna have people pissed off because if I can't go to the doctor when I want to go to the doctor, then I'm gonna be mad. So it ain't no easy fix to this healthcare situation. Anybody that tries to tackle it, I respect it. I don't respect Trump for rolling back what Obama did. He should have continued to push that through. But anybody
Now,
that tries it, because it's a hell of a job. That's for sure.
Fearless is over in Rumble saying that she, not to mention the amount of power these machines take to run, people paying people to run them, et cetera, et cetera. I understand that, right? But at the end of the day, if we can find monies for prison, we can find money for all kind of other unnecessary shit, right? As much as I just brought it up to Logic earlier this morning. Yes, they did build a fucking statue for the 1908 race riots in Springfield, Illinois. Instead of y'all putting money into shit like that, how about you go ahead and pay those fucking doctors, right? Pay those facilities.
Right.
Fine. How about, oh, here go a brilliant idea. How about instead of giving immigrants $10,000 in fucking cash assistance, you give that to the doctors, right? You're giving billions of dollars to different places all across the fucking world. But then when they say, where's, no, absolutely not. Pay those doctors, pay those people, and let all have access to this healthcare shit. No bullshit. That's how I would run it. If I was president, I'd put my foot down on that. Period. If we got money for all the rest of this shit we doing, you niggas is running DNCs and y'all basically having political concerts. This nigga having Hulk Hogan there, Meg Thee Stallion there. How much money did that cost? Whatever money you got to put into Hulk Hogan and Meg Thee Stallion purse, you can put that into the fucking into the fucking healthcare system. And if it was me, oh my God, I start cutting away all kind of shit. That's just me though. Let's go back to what Kamala was saying. Our president.
As for Donald Trump, well, he wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which 45 million Americans rely on. 45 million Americans rely on it for health care. That would take us back to a time when insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions. We all remember what that was. And we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. And remember, and this is why we're not going back, because we do remember, he tried to cut Medicare every year he was president, threatening a program that tens of millions of seniors count on. And according to his Project 2025 agenda, he intends to undo our work to bring down prescription drugs, the cost of prescription drugs, and insulin costs. Well, we've come too far to let that happen.
Yeah, Trump, you got to disassociate yourself. As a nigga who used to fuck with the Trump administration, I'm trying to tell you, you got to dissociate yourself with them niggas, dog, immediately. The niggas not good news. Them niggas over there wilding low key, bro. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. And keep going though. Shout out to everybody in the chat. That nigga wilding right now.
So we're not going back on that. And let's talk about the cost of housing. So now the housing market can be complicated, but look, I'm not new to this issue. As state attorney general, I drafted and helped pass a homeowner bill of rights, one of the first in America. And during the foreclosure crisis, I took on the big banks for predatory lending with many of my colleagues, including Roy Cooper, and won $20 billion for California families when I was attorney general.
You telling me
she has more experience than Trump.
Got y'all $20 billion back?
There's black women doing more than white men and black men.
She would have got that money back.
As she should have.
And you ninjas can't even get the men to pay y'all for services that y'all have already rendered. AKA the building of this country.
Weak.
Okay. Weak.
Niggas is weak. Let's continue, bandits.
So I know how to fight for people who are being exploited in the housing market. And I know what home ownership means. It's more than a financial transaction. It's so much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than a house.
Yeah.
Home ownership and what that means, it's a symbol of the pride that comes with hard work. It's financial security. It represents what you will be able to do for your children. And sadly, right now, it is out of reach for far too many American families. There's a serious housing shortage. In many places, it's too difficult to build, and it's driving prices up. As president, I will work in partnership with industry to build the housing we need, both to rent and to buy. We will take down barriers and cut red tape, including at the state and local levels.
All right. They feeling that. I feel it too, though. I fuck with it. I think it's a dope idea, low key.
Yeah. I'm with it. I mean, it's crazy. The housing market is crazy, especially on the West Coast. It's wild.
Oh my God.
And on the East Coast, like places like New York.
New York shit done.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the market is crazy. I mean, I firsthand watch homes go from being like 180,000 to like 450,000. Like literally for the same house that you can trace back how much it cost at this time, like just crazy. And then all the stipulations that they put on like the rent and stuff like that, and people could get houses, and then then they don't want people living with you. Well, if I have a sister, if she has a job, she can't get a house, and she's trying, am I supposed to let my sister be homeless?
Of course not.
No. So people are gonna have people living with them, not because people want to live together, but sometimes people have to cohabitate together in order to have a life or to just live.
Yeah, exactly, Billy. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, my nephew lives with me, and I was like, it's a better opportunity for him to not just save money, but based on just a one-bedroom apartment here in Atlanta, it's almost $1,200 just for a one-bedroom. One bedroom.
That's fucking insane.
That's insane. I'm like, I happen to be lucky that I paid $805 for the duplex that I live in for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. I happen to be lucky, but that shit is really high. One bathroom, like 1,200. Shit, and if like the houses that used to be like 4 bedroom, 2 baths, and stuff like that. They're asking for 17, 1800 when it used to be just 9. Thank you. Excuse me. So
That shit had no reason to be that fucking high.
You be looking at these places and you be like, how much you want me to pay? And then they
mhm,
want to charge you for everything on the
everything.
house as if it's your home. Like, I don't own this home. This is your home.
You
You're
gotta pay
supposed
all
to
the
pay
bills.
it.
All the
Yeah,
bills.
they want you to pay like everything. I get like you paying the rent and then the utilities that you actually use. But these yard and the homeowners association
Mhm.
fee, and then you have to
Yep.
plant this. It's just too much. And then
Headache.
you can't paint this and you can't do this to it. But then they want to anything break down, they want to make you pay like the associated costs for when the repair guy come out. You know what I'm saying? And this is not your equipment. You know what I'm saying? But they want you to pay to fix it.
That shouldn't make no motherfucking
Yeah, like it's
sense.
just a lot. And you're thinking to yourself, like, this isn't my home. I am a renter.
This got is so bad where they should be.
Right.
You know the little street lights. They even should protect you for those, just to have street lights.
Damn.
So a lot of the neighborhoods down here in Atlanta are really dark because
Really
people
dark?
are not.
Yeah.
Well, like, especially in mine. That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like you can't live. Who can live like that? You walking down the street
Fucking
and
nobody.
it's pitch black.
Then they want you to make 3 times the rent.
3
Well, they
times
stopped
the
that.
rent.
That's
Yeah, I'm glad they stopped that. And then they had to put a cap on them. What is them application fees? That shit was getting out of control. How you be charging people
$50 for application
and
fees.
knowing you're not going to accept them, knowing you've already like found someone, but you just keep charging people the fee and then like charging outrageous fees like $150, then not refunding them back. You know, like, and then people constantly running your credit every time you go see someone. Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh, the
That
scammers
should
had a
we
field
put a
day with that.
cap to that. Like,
They was
A
getting
lot.
off with that shit though.
yeah,
The scammers were having a field day with that. Instead of charging people application fee. One time I saw an application fee for $75. I said, what? Just for you to simply tell me no? You got me fucked up.
yeah,
You got me
it was a
fucked
lot.
up.
They was doing it all over the country though, all over with them application fees.
Getting
and
money
everything.
off niggas.
Yeah, racking in.
Knowing they about to decline that nigga. Knowing they about to decline a nigga application.
And then they had to put something. I think in Nevada we had to put something in like if you already have 2 people looking at the house, you cannot show the house or something like that, or you have 2 people and you can't continue to show the house and ask for fees and money. Like, people should have to say that. The fact that we have to put in rules in place is ridiculous. Like, it just lets me know human beings won't do the right thing on their own. They just
No,
won't.
absolutely not.
Like, they just won't do it.
No, we need rules.
Yeah, we need rules. It will be chaos.
Otherwise, people make up their own rules on how they want to live life. Let's go back to our president, child.
And by the end of my first term, we will end America's housing shortage by building 3 million new homes and rentals that are affordable for the middle class.
I don't see no problem
like that.
with that.
What's the problem? Like, we do need more rentals. We do need more homes.
Homes that are affordable to how many
average-
single moms we got right now?
Right,
71% of all Black children are raised with single moms. They need to be able to afford homes. It's not that they don't make. Look, you know how much money fucking Julie makes. She make a lot of fucking money. But the whole point is, there's not. She knows also a lot of moms that's not her.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it 100. And that they need to be affordable for the average American citizen. Period.
Average person should be able to afford a home. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to be able to buy $1 million home, that's fine. But if you don't, there's a average home that you can afford and be happy. How are people like according to your finances? Like, people who work every single day, especially if you have a 2-income household and they can't even afford a home together, that's ridiculous. That's not even right.
That makes no
at all.
fucking sense at all.
Yeah. And we do have a housing shortage everywhere. It's a housing shortage everywhere, and an apartment shortage too.
Let's keep going, child.
And we will do that together. We will do that together. And we will make sure those homes actually go to working and middle class Americans, not just investors.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Because, you know, some corporate landlords, some of them buy dozens, if not hundreds of houses and apartments. Then they turn them around and rent them out at extremely high prices.
They do that in Detroit all the time.
Yeah, this is true. This is what's happening.
Oh, this is very true. Oh, yeah.
I mean, but we know the name of some of these places. Nate, what's the name of them for y'all down there? I think some of them are like limited housing, Providence Homes, like these corporate. I know what you're talking about. These corporate companies. Yeah, with the name, they have all these listings on it. Yeah, they buy up thousands, not hundreds and thousands of homes. Yeah.
Happen all the time.
We have Remax.
Yep, Remax Group.
Oh man. Oh God.
That happen all the time.
What was the other one? Invitation Homes. Invitation Homes is one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it's a lot of them.
Like I said, for my duplex, right? Like I pay $805, but the one around the corner, they paid $1,400. I was like, wow, how much you pay? And they was like, oh, I paid $1,400. I said, wow, just because they put a stainless steel refrigerator in there and painted the walls over. That they charge y'all $1,400. She was like, yeah. I said, wow. That don't make no sense whatsoever.
No, shit don't make no sense at all, okay. Yeah, let's keep going.
And it can make it impossible then for regular people to be able to buy or even rent a home. Some corporate landlords collude with each other to set artificially high rental prices, often using algorithms in price-fixing software to do it. It's anti-competitive and it drives up costs. I will fight for a law that cracks down on these practices.
I'm with that. Like, we need that.
Yeah, we need somebody in office who actually give a fuck.
Who actually look into that. Because housing affects us all. This is true.
I love the fact that she's done her research. So she knows how to maneuver and stipulate the laws that she's going to put in place when she does become president. I actually love her for that. She actually pays attention to the American people and what the American people are.
Yeah, she's done a lot of good research.
She's done a lot of good research, and I applaud her for that.
Give her credit. Let's keep going. I tell me we're going crazy on Harry Potter. That shit, look, he is electrifying.
We also know that as the price of housing has gone up, the size of down payments have gone up as well. Even if aspiring homeowners save for years, it often still is not enough. So in addition, while we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
This is the woman that I can support.
What's wrong with that? We need that.
Somebody's complaint was that the first-time home buyers grant loan, whatever that is, was discontinued under Biden's administration, and so now they just bringing back something that they got rid of. That was one of the critiques I heard. I don't know how true it is because I ain't heard nobody say it was missing, but
I ain't heard nobody say it was missing either.
No, I haven't heard anything like that either.
Last time I spoke to a realtor, yeah, they did say that still is an option. What I do know is that there was no down payment assistance coming from the government and that amount of money. It was like other places was giving down payment assistance grants, and like it depends on if you would buy over here, then you'll get a down payment assistance, or if you go in this area, or if you buy a home in an opportunity area. Like it was like other stipulations to where they can give you, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't something of this like magnitude if she's describing it.
I would concur. But nevertheless, we're still voting for you, so it don't matter.
We can do this. We can do this. All to help more Americans experience the pride of home ownership and the financial security that it represents and brings. So that's my plan. But here's what Donald Trump would do. If his Project 2025 agenda is put into effect, it will add around $1,200 a year to the typical American mortgage. He's got it backward. We should be doing everything we can to make it more affordable to buy a home, not less.
I agree.
I agree.
I'm not going to say that Donald Trump is making it harder for people to buy homes. I'm not going to attribute that to his campaign. I'm not going to go that far. But I will say, if she can somehow do that without making women feel like they are less or that they are fucking slaves to us, then yeah, I'm for that. Because I know Trump is going to do that. Trump is going to be on bullshit. He's very, very, very sexist.
Very. And he's a Lucas.
Yeah, it'd be no point of me denying that.
Yeah, he's definitely a Lucas.
Let's keep going. We got about 10 more minutes of this, basically. Shout out to Queen for tapping in with us. Let's get it.
Finally, there's one more way I will help families deal with rising costs. And that's by letting you keep more of your hard-earned money.
How you gonna do that?
I don't know how you're gonna do that. Because shit costs.
Tax cuts.
Like, what we gonna do?
I need to know how.
No.
Let me move Nate old spot out the way. Make this bigger. Yeah, I want to know how you're gonna actually do that.
Yeah. We gonna see.
Let's go.
Under my plan, more than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut, and we will do this by restoring 2 tax cuts designed to help middle-class and working Americans. The Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit.
That's the little thing.
Through which millions of Americans with children got to keep more of their hard-earned income. We know this works and has a direct impact on so many issues, including child poverty. We know it works. So as president, I'll not.
Yeah, those are 2 different taxes, both that help both of us out as parents.
Yeah, and I've been saying that's 2 different things.
I'm here for.
Right, like, wait, that's not just one thing, that's 2 different things. What's the problem? I do know mothers who get their taxes and they don't blow it. They save it. They use it. They put their kids in sports. They take their kids on vacations, and they do things. They put it back into the family. Like,
they do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Not only restore that tax cut, but expand it. We will provide $6,000 in tax relief to families during the first year of a child's life.
Wait, what?
Now think what that means, tax relief cut, but expand it. We will provide $6,000 in tax relief to families during the first year of a child's life.
So they trying to give you a tax cut. What are you gonna do with that money? That's going to either go to daycare, or you can stay home, save it. That way someone maybe can go home maternity leave with you, or you can hire help maybe for like 6 weeks. Like, okay, the
Yeah, there's a
first year
million
we know
different
it's
things.
hard.
Yeah,
We know the first year having a child is hard.
especially for single black moms.
Yeah. A lot of women are by themselves the first year.
Mm-hmm.
That money will be useful.
Very
Okay.
useful.
That's good.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Now think what that means. Think what that means. That is a vital, vital year of critical development of a child. And the cost can really add up, especially for young parents who need to buy diapers and clothes and a car seat and so much else. And we will do this while reducing the deficit. Compare my plan with what Donald Trump intends to do. He plans to give billionaires massive tax cuts year after year. And he plans to cut corporate taxes by over $1 trillion, even as they pull in record profits. And that's on top of the $2 trillion tax cut he already signed into law when he was president, which, by the way, overwhelmingly went to the wealthiest Americans and corporations and exploded the national deficit. You know, I think that if you want to know who someone cares about, look who they fight for. Look who they fight for. Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans. So
I have no problem with nothing that she's saying. Let me keep going, y'all. We got about 4 minutes for this, and then we're done.
I'll end with this. 2 days ago, Donald Trump was here in North Carolina. He said he was going to talk about the economy. I think you all watched. You know what I'm about to say. But he offered no serious plans to reduce costs for middle-class families. No plan to expand access to housing or health care. And that, actually, I think for most of us, was not surprising. Because we already know his plans. We know the Project 2025 agenda. So there's a choice in this election. Donald Trump's plans to devastate the middle class, punish working people, and make the cost of living go up for millions of Americans. And on the other hand, when I'm elected president, what we will do to bring down costs, increase the security and stability financially of your family, and expand opportunity for working and middle class Americans.
I wonder how this is being received in the different spaces that is white America. Shall we? Or we got other stuff we want to take care of?
Maybe that's a shallow watch. Let's see.
Let's watch him. I know they got some stuff on here because I saw a few different videos. Kamala Harris economic plan. I want to see Van Jones. Oh, this is the one. So this is the video I was going to show you, babe.
With Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, the presidential race has reset, but how much has it reset in terms of the gender gap among voters? That is what our Harry Anton has been looking at for you this morning, and he is here with us now. So set the scene. How are men and women responding to Harris? What's the big reason why Harris is gaining in the polls?
Yeah, all right. It's the gender gap. It's something we've spoken about in politics for a long period of time, and we're really seeing it here. All right, let's take a look at the national polls first. This is Democrat versus Trump margin, and I want to point out this is average across the same pollsters. Look at Biden versus Trump, women and men. What we see is the gender gap is working in Donald Trump's advantage. He holds a 9-point advantage among men against Joe Biden, and Joe Biden only held a full 4-point advantage among women. But take a look now. Look at how the race has changed. Instead of having a 4-point advantage among women as Biden did, look at Harris's advantage. It leaps up to 11 points. In fact, men haven't changed their voting patterns at all, at least in the national polls. A 9-point advantage for Donald Trump versus Joe Biden, a 9-point advantage against Kamala Harris. What has occurred is women voters are flocking to the Democratic ticket. Look at that. Look at that. 4 points versus 11 points. That is the reason that Kamala Harris has turned this race around.
You said this is nationally, right?
This is national.
So what about in swing states?
What's going on in the swing states? So let's take a look at those Great Lake battleground states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. This is among registered voters. What do we see here? It's a very...
I thought y'all said women had no power. That's what y'all said. Y'all said women had no power, and they not really changing shit.
I thought y'all, man, had submission over these women.
What's going on?
What is happening?
Can y'all not control y'all white bitches? That's what it sounds like to me.
That's what it sounds like to me, too. What is happening?
Sound like to me they about to low-key switch the game up. I saw white women for Harris. Child.
And look at that, the men, like it just goes to show you, like, we are like, what did that neurologist says that he said when he scanned over 50,000 brains of men and women, he said, I'm looking at the man's brain versus looking at the woman's brain, it's almost like we're not even the same species.
Child.
That's what he said.
That makes no fucking sense.
That's
man.
crazy. We not the same species.
They not like
the same
us.
species at all.
What'd you say?
I said they not like us.
They not like us.
Hell no, we not.
They not like us. They not. And in my mind, it's like she talking about economic relief for families. Men, are y'all not in these families? Y'all not in these families.
Yeah, that shit don't include us.
I'm not trying to bring up the gender war. I'm really not. But I'm just saying. It just sounds like if y'all are still riding for Trump, y'all not, for logic, it makes sense. He's not in the families. I get that. But for the rest of y'all, are y'all not in these families? Men are marrying women. So are they not in the families?
I thought they were.
So having more money in the household wouldn't be good for you. Maybe you wouldn't have to work so much. Maybe you could take a vacation. Maybe you could take off for a year.
Well, if he worked more, he can control the woman more.
Like, I don't know. Like, are they not in these families?
The more dependent she is, the more control he has.
Are y'all not fathers? And what about the fathers who are actively involved? Wouldn't it be nice for them to be able to afford childcare and get some assistance as well? Aren't they always complaining about women get all of this assistance, but you literally have Kamala saying, I want to have men and women. I'm talking about families. So if the men have the kids, yes, I want to help you guys too. Are y'all, I don't know. What are y'all not saying? Why have you? Y'all just want these women as homes as slaves, huh? And then you rather die.
Yeah, they're gonna be some slaves playing with Trump.
Y'all gonna be some slaves with Trump.
Always vote for Trump.
You're always gonna be some slaves with Trump. Child. All right. Thank you to America for you males letting me know y'all are not in these families.
God damn.
Y'all don't want the extra help. Y'all don't want the funding. It lets me know that y'all not buying homes either. It was like they said women are buying homes more. Like, I believe it now. Like, y'all not buying homes either.
Women are the number one demographic, black women, of homeowners.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's keep
The
going.
future is
Similar
female.
picture. Biden
It
versus
is.
Trump women. Biden has a larger advantage in those Great Lake battleground states, according to those New York Times Siena College polls, at 10 points. But again, that surge among women, we're seeing the same thing in those battleground states as we saw nationally. Kamala Harris up 17 points among women. Men, very little change. Donald Trump doing a little bit worse, but still a very clear advantage. But the same story in the swing states as we see nationally. The gender gap was working for Donald Trump against Joe Biden, and now it's working against him against Kamala Harris.
Is this the same, smaller, or bigger than? Can you like put it in context? I mean, is it the same that we normally see?
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look. Let's go through time, particularly here. All right. This is the Democrat versus the Republican for president. Again, these are these key.
So I heard this, and all I
Great
heard
Lake battleground
was
states,
niggas is
Michigan,
blaming women
Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
on why Trump might lose.
Okay, so that's what you said to me the other day. Like, they blame, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, what?
So, I mean, women had enough sense.
Everything, yeah, okay. And from the look at it, blame all women. Don't just blame black women, blame all women.
That means women had enough sense to protect our democracy.
More sense than these niggas.
I mean, women, we have the children. So,
Because I mean, I want to hear policy just as much as anybody else, but protecting the way that America is ran is very important to me. And Trump doing too much silly shit.
too much. Like he looking like a clown. Like I can't take him serious.
And I'm pretty sure once I get through this 2025 agenda,
He going through it.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna seal the deal for me. Because his Agenda 47, which is his political platform, is very vague. It's not much different than basically what Kamala just did.
Mm-hmm.
For him to have been president before,
He should have
I would think he would have more information there. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of that he discussed, which was mostly about, immigrants and stuff like that, defunding the Department of Education and all of that, I'm quite sure a more detailed plan about that is going to be in that 2025 stuff.
That part of 2025 shit about to be wicked.
Yeah, they keep saying it don't got nothing to do with Trump, but a lot of the people that wrote that shit is a part of his cabinet.
They're associated with him or affiliated with him. They have some type of dealings with him or have.
They've been in his cabinet.
Yeah.
Like they were his advisors. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm about to play with Trump.
Right. Then you lying in my face.
Directly to niggas.
Like lying directly to my face. I'm not involved in that. Yes, you are. Those your peoples.
So Kirk, you don't know me?
His name is in the damn thing. Like, what the hell you talking about?
Kirk, you sure you don't know me? That's basically how
that's what he said. So Trump, you don't know them? Come on. Yes, you do. I can't get behind it. Even though Elijah was like, you agree with Trump? No, I don't agree with Trump. No, I don't.
Right, so I would never.
Everybody going to jail but him, except for me. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like you agree with Trump. No, you read something off, and I gave my unbiased opinion. It doesn't matter if it's him. You put somebody else on it. I still would have answered the same way.
Trump be acting like a fucking informer. Like that, only that, or he just super smart because his people going to jail. He not. That's wild.
Right. Everybody around him goes to jail. Ain't nobody notice that. That's just like being around someone and everyone becomes unalive. I'm not gonna hang around you because everybody you hang around with, they're disappearing or they're dying off. What's up with that? No.
Did he?
Right. Suge Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to hang around.
You dangerous ass nigga.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Let's keep going, man. Can we get the fuck out of here?
20 and 2016 are final. These are the exit polls.
Yeah.
2024 is now. Look at the women margin. Look at what's going on here. Look how much better Kamala Harris is doing among women voters. It was 11 points Hillary Clinton back in 2016, 13 points in 2020. Look at this margin now, 17 points. Interestingly, the gender gap becoming wider over time. It's much wider this year than what we're normally expecting. Because in fact, Donald Trump is winning men voters by 15 points. That's better than he did in 2020 in these same states. And it's even better than he did in 2016, although just slightly better. But the bottom line here is Kamala Harris is winning this race right now, at least in these key battleground states, because of what she's doing with women voters. Women voters are energized, and it is the reason that Kamala Harris turned a deficit that Joe Biden had into a lead.
And also, just really quick, when we talk about we do not know, because there's a lot that goes into it, that this is because she's a woman. It's just their support for her.
Correct.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't necessarily know the reason. We just know she's doing better with women voters, significantly better than Joe Biden was, and better than either Joe Biden.
Why
or
do
Hillary
we
Clinton.
care if it was because she was a woman? The men are literally voting for a man because it is a man.
Fact.
So woman, she literally had to pacify men right here in this moment to say, we don't know if they're voting because that's a woman. Who cares? If we are, so what?
It is what it is.
Like, that's how y'all voting? So
I mean, I
what is
specifically
it?
heard people say,
Do the right thing, and men can just vote for a man like y'all always do. Again, this is why they want the woman to be a virgin and he can be a hoe. That's that argument. It makes no sense to me, girl.
And how is the woman a virgin if he fucking?
Right. This is why I say, women, do whatever you want. You want to vote for Kamala just because it's a woman? Do you? You ain't got to explain that to nobody because these men are voting just because it's a man.
I mean, they said as much.
Yeah,
We don't need a woman president.
Very clear about it. Yeah.
Hey, Marcy.
Having a woman as president is gonna make us look weak. Anton Daniel said somebody will try to start some shit with the United States of America simply because they see a woman.
That's
Anton Demon.
Dude, what the hell is you talking about? This is the United States of America with the greatest military industrial complex on the planet. Who finna come start some war with us because they see a woman?
I mean, if it's really that serious,
let's go if it really is that serious. If it really is that serious, men protect women. So how much stronger will their defense force be around Kamala? Get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Just
because you damn bandits want to beat women up and all that weird shit don't mean that the men in the country are going for that shit. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all sound crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. And you're just talking, nothing to back it up with. It doesn't have any merit. And then if that's the case, why haven't we seen it happen to the countries who do have women presidents and ran leaders? If that's the case, get out of here.
He gotta relax, man. Anton, boy, be wilding out there. Shout out to Marcy.
A lot of them dudes don't even know that it's women that are heads of states in other parts of the globe.
They don't.
So you don't even know nothing about global politics, but we supposed to listen to you. Get out of here. Throw your ass up.
Right. Like, no.
Anton don't know nothing about no politics. Let's keep going. I'm already going crazy. I'm a fucking wizard. Beast.
Back in 2016.
Fascinating. Great stuff, Harry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sarah?
All right, for more on this, I'm joined by Lance Trover, former spokesperson for Republican Governor Doug Burgum's 2024 presidential campaign, and Democratic strategist and consultant Simon Rosenberg. Thank you, gentlemen, for being here. As of July 2024, prices are 20% higher than they were in February of 2020, which is, people say, look, it's crushing their personal economies. So Simon, what does Kamala Harris need to do today in her first big policy speech, which is on the economy?
All right, we already covered everything we got to cover, y'all, for today. It's time for us to go. We got stuff we got to do. Wife, we got errands to run, families to conjure. Okay. That being said, we are out of here. We'll see y'all later. Bye, Queen.
Bye, Queen.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey. 2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beam? Too early, baby, later you could show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit. Windy City. No, 30 degrees, way to go, so hold me tight. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight? Hey. Truck to the plane, to the truck to the hotel lobby. Me, I go through underground garages, presidential suite on deposit, elevator up to the room, shower up and then we hit the club. Touchdown, gotta see what's up. Area code in my phone. What numbers do I still have? Who do I know from the past? Hit one, she say she got a man. Hit another one, it goes green. Must have changed foes on the team. Remember when you let me in between? That was 2017. All good, chug a look around. Find one that seem my type. Damn, my dog and he know what I like. He done found me